What?
I'm stealing the latest cat photo to send to my friend.
Aloha, and welcome to today's episode. Welcome to today's episode. It plays excuse us. We had some laughs off screen. Welcome back to Mystimon Saga, a world like no other, where people must live alongside and with mystical creatures, and where magic comes alive, under siege by forces beyond and within. I'm your host, GM Seth. I also go by Seth R. Mitchell, and I am once again joined by our players, L, Psy, and Binary.
He lies. We've never had fun in our life. He's holding us hostage. Help.
I just came into this burning house for a fucking dead body. Oh, sorry, I swore.
Right in the beginning, too.
Already. Oops.
You had one job.
Well, my one job was to pick up
YouTube,
the body.
please don't ban us.
You had two jobs.
And I failed both.
Anyways, when we last left our investigators, they had just started... Shut up, Windows. They had just started investigating the basement of this old house, 357 Boulevard, where a family once lived. Once, before they were harassed and chased away by these letters from the Watcher. Now the Watcher has returned, and it appears that he has found their new address in Emerald Port. And we can't have that. Now, can we?
Nope.
That was a trick question.
I know. It was fun to answer, though.
Consider we answered.
Yes.
And as you were investigating the basement, you decide some of these letters are talking about something in the wall. So you decide, let's poke around in the walls down here, and you decide to start poking some exploratory holes, and you found a part where that actually made Soma jump up in her skin as she looked into one of these exploratory holes, and you saw what looked like a skull looking back at you. And that was kind of creepy. So then you spent like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, Bastille and Ron kind of had a little competition to see who could bring down the wall quicker.
Ron won.
And you finally did bring down the wall, and you were able to retrieve what was in the wall. And you discovered, to your horror, that you had found several bones, not just the skull, but several bones. You found a rib cage and everything. You haven't actually had a chance to really examine it and put all the bones together and everything. You haven't had a chance to really examine it or anything. Because just as you were starting to examine it, you heard something coming from outside. and you headed up the stairs to the backyard, and you found several cultists holding torches, and they were coming to burn the house down. They were coming to burn the house down. Apparently, you found something that somebody didn't want you to find.
Well, I guess
And
they shouldn't have left it in a wall.
The one that was so easily punched through.
And as you did that, Crystal and Skinny, they headed down to Emerald Port, where they met with the family. And just as Crystal had made a remarkable discovery in one of the paintings, in some of the paintings actually, that their daughter Emiris had painted, the cultists once again struck, and they burned down the house. They started burning down the house, and they had to evacuate the house. And then we had a chase scene where the cultists were chasing Crystal and Emiris. They were trying to get after Emiris. And finally, Crystal gave Zolgoth a threat and a warning through her comstone, because she knew that her uncle could hear her through it. Don't ask how he does that. And then she wrote a note, strapped it to the leg of her Magvor, which is this orangey red bird, and sent it flying off to you guys. And that is where we pick up, as you are still in the middle of this fight with these cultists. And it looks like, Ron, it is your turn.
Alright. So Ron is going to come running out of the building after learning that what
Oops.
he came inside to save is no longer there. And
One moment. The viewers cannot see anything because I haven't actually logged into Foundry in OBS. Give me one moment while I fix that. There we go.
yay.
There. And there. There we go.
Right. Are we ready for me to move?
Yeah.
Alright, Ron is going to run out of the building. I'm bad at it.
Let me unpause. Apparently this thing has a little issue where it likes to do that.
And then going to go into the stance they've been trained in.
Okay.
And Ron is going to try to disarm this cultist.
Disarm the cultist. That's an acrobatics check?
Athletic.
Oh,
I guess
athletics.
they're fortitude DC.
Okay. Sorry, it's been a couple of weeks.
No worries.
Okay. Go for it.
That thing goes flying.
That thing goes flying.
Amputation successful.
I love those those skill actions being there. That helps so much.
I rolled a 42. Holy cow.
Jesus Christ.
And that's Ron's turn.
For the love of Marive.
Ron will call out, "Someone grab it."
Okay.
And that's my round.
Ah, it is the cultist's turn. And this cultist is not too impressed with you, but still. And yeah, I don't know why it doesn't have like numbers or anything. That's weird. I'm gonna have to look at the module settings later. That's neither here nor there. This cultist is going to try to plunge a dagger into your gut, Bastille.
Not do that?
30. That is going to hit.
I mean, unless he wishes to not do it. Just a thought, a fun idea.
He's a
Yeah, worth a
cultist,
shot.
remember? He doesn't care. He doesn't care how you.
Still.
17 points of damage.
Well, screw you too, cultist.
Not sure why it's rolling blind. Automatically. And then he is going to, he or she, or actually we'll say they, they're going to try to stab you again. Try to stab you again, and we have 33.
Yeah,
I did do the BAP.
it.
I did do the BAP. Jeez. He just rolled better.
He's just better.
Youch, 23. I made that. I told it to roll it public. Why does it keep doing that?
The rolls themselves are
Uh.
public, it's just the dice aren't.
Oh, I see what happened. If, for some reason, had it on, by default on blind GM roll. I don't want it doing that. And this cultist. Let's see. We're going to. You know what? This is going to be a little fun. I think he's going to throw his dagger.
Ooh.
He's going to throw his dagger at the closest one that he can see, and that is the Eidolon.
Oh. It's a fair bit out of his range increment. Oh my god.
35 on the Eidolon.
Is that
That'll
with
hit.
the 10 feet penalty for each 10 feet further?
What is the
Just
penalty for
verify.
that? What is the penalty?
The weapon only has the 10 feet thrown range, so every 10 feet further, you take a penalty to your accuracy.
So what would you say the penalty would be?
I'm finding that right now. Range penalty -2 penalty for each increment beyond your initial 10. So each set of 10 further, they take another -2.
So it'd be -6.
-6.
That's still put it at 29, which still hits.
Yep.
Yeah, really good roll.
31
What is
to
in
the
these
eidolon.
daggers?
Is that the person throwing again?
But
Or
still,
is that someone
did you
else?
apply your
Oh.
damage?
The damage. Okay.
Did you
I
apply your
thought that
damage?
was another roll to... Yes, I've been applying my damage.
You'll have to apply this one there.
Well, Bastille went from looking fine to looking real hurt.
Really hurt. And he's now going to move up here.
Mhm.
And that's 2 actions, so that's his turn. Soma.
Alrighty. I am going to move away. Gonna move to. I think I have to move to here to do what I want to do. And then I'm going to use the rest of my actions to cast Gaia's Blessing on Gaia's Blessing on Bastille.
That is good. He's definitely needing some healing there.
Increase the hit points restored by 8. I pressed a button and it just disappeared. Just disappeared the thing. Okay. Cool. 1d8 hit points plus 8. Alrighty. Roll. So you get a whole 11 hit points.
Appreciated.
All for you.
It's something.
Yep.
And that's me.
That's all your actions?
Yeah, that's 2 and the 1 to move, so I'm good.
Okay.
I'm out.
The cultist. And this cultist, I think he's going to plunge his dagger straight into your gut there, Ron. Oh, he doesn't have one anymore. That's right. He dropped his dagger.
On the ground.
It's on the ground. So he will have to spend an action to lean down and pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
He leans down and picks it up. And that's 1 action. He's got his dagger back.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's going to stab you.
All right.
Oh!
Whoa.
Critical fumble. And with that, it's an awkward attack. You are off guard until the end of your turn. He is off guard until the end of his turn.
Poor guy.
Let's see here. Where is that? He is off guard until the end of his turn now.
He's about to get incredibly crit.
She forgot to heighten it. Oh.
I misread the spell and thought I was heightening it, but I was not.
No.
Oh, that's no problem.
I'll remember it next time. Just stay alive, please.
Okay. So, he completely and totally missed. And now he's off guard. And so he's going to try again.
All right.
One last time.
Mhm.
Please don't show that anymore. I told you it's sharp. He takes 1d6 bleed.
Oh my god.
Goodness gracious.
Ron is unbeatable.
And that is the cultist's turn. I swear it must have been because you disarmed him. You disarmed them, so that must have been it.
Mhm.
Look at
now
all of these little status icons on this one cultist. I'm sorry.
He deserves it. He stabbed me twice.
I reiterate my Judith Bjorst.
this one is going to go up around the house, and then we're going to end this turn there. But still alive there?
Yes, I'm at 50 hit points, but since I'm at the start of my turn, my both regeneration and lifelink surge kick in, so I gain 9 hit points back.
Ooh.
Yay!
Not more than me.
Yay!
Yeah, luckily my things, I have 2 forms of regeneration since I'm a living golem. I get regeneration too. And then when I do lifelink surge, I get regeneration for that. And since they're 2 different sources, technically, I get 2 different sources of regeneration.
Yeah.
Yeah, typically I usually have Wally and Ira following the party, and I'm kind of wishing I had done that. I kind of wishing I had them here. Because Koala can do a ton of healing. Koala can do a shit ton of healing.
So, first of all, linked attack against... what does the one that's now off whatever, what does that actually do?
-2 AC.
Okay. So linked attack, I am going to go ahead and cast... Let's see, do I want to do boost, Eidolon, or reinforce? So that would be heightened +4. 5. And we'll do the boost Eidolon, which means they get a +2 status bonus to damage rolls with their unarmed attacks. And if they do deal damage with more than 1 weapon damage die, which they do, the status bonus increases to 2 per weapon damage die. So it'll instead be +4. Unless they happen to crit, then it'd be +8. So first attack. Once it gets the status bonus in. Well, terrible roll, but 27?
27 with the 27, your attack kind of just barely grazes them. So that
Does
is a
that
miss.
mean I roll damage? Okay.
That is a miss.
Great. You love to roll a 2 on the die. Then linked attack, I'll do the Eidolon's attack first, and then I'll do my spell afterwards. Come on, dude. You can do better than that. Let's try this one more time. Well, that's a 37. I
37.
assume that hits.
And the one in front of you?
The injured one to my right, to the Eidolon's right.
Okay.
Does that hit?
That is a hit.
Okay. Uh, just let me verify. And so this will be plus 4 to the damage. From the boost Eidolon. And this is going to be lightning or electricity damage.
Okay.
For a total of 21 damage on that hit.
Okay, we've gone from a green injured to a yellow injured.
And then for Bastille's turn proper, he is going to cast a vampiric maiden on the guy in front of him. So I need him to make a. Let's see here. DC 29 Fortitude save. And this will be upcast to 5th rank.
And which one?
The guy right in front of Bastille.
$27.
That does not make it. So on a failure, the target is briefly trapped within the vampiric maiden, takes full damage, and is immobilized by the Iron Maiden for 1 round or until it uses an interact action to extricate itself, whichever comes first.
Okay.
As well, I gain temporary HP equal to the negative damage the target takes from this. Then we need to add. Is there an easy way to tell a spell you're casting it at a different level? Or do I just have to add the extra d4s manually?
I'm not sure how to do the heightening.
Okay. Then I will just add the d4s manually.
I'm sure Sai knows.
Yeah, if you just drag it into your 5th rank spells section, you casting it from there should show you the correct damage dice.
Well, I'm almost done adding it manually, so next time.
Mhm.
Where is... There it is.
Holy moly.
Nice.
And
Actually,
so
almost perfect average.
24 damage, 15 of that being void damage, so I get 15 temporary hit points.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
Ron.
Ron cast haste on themselves,
Nice.
giving them the quickened and the side strikes buff. And then they will make a flurry of blows against this injured cultist.
Nice.
1, 2. I'm here pointing that second one.
Yep, the second one hits. The second one misses.
I'm
First
here
one.
pointing it.
You're
Oh wait,
Fair
we don't
pointing
have,
it.
we don't work at. Do they work like that in this campaign?
story points. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I will.
Story point.
Yay.
That's better. So they both hit.
Yep. Damage and 16 and 17. Well, those are low. Oh well. And we're not done yet.
Of course not. You're a monk.
But
Nope.
wait, there's more.
I would be worried if you were done.
Very much debating using assurance to trip him.
Add another status icon to this. To this guy.
Yeah,
yeah,
sure. I have like 2.3 gigs of VRAM left.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna trip him with assurance for a.
Holy crap!
Apparently, I rolled it by
Crit.
accident. Yeah. All right. I meant to assurance that, but I will take a crit, and that will first put him prone.
Yep.
And then also deal 1d6 damage.
I imagine that this looks like a leg sweep that like tosses him up in the air and ragdolls him onto the ground.
This poor guy is just getting kicked and punched around by this martial artist.
Audible
All right.
crunch as we
And
hear his
that's Ron's
tailbone
turn.
shatter.
Look how many status effects are on him.
See a
Oh,
lot
yeah,
of that at the hospital you work at.
Alright, that's Ron's turn.
Yeah, working at a hospital, I'm sure you have stories.
I bet they do.
So I have decided to call in reinforcements.
Yay! I
Uh-oh.
think Ron can handle this, but this is helpful.
No, I have decided to call in reinforcements for you.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I think we can.
And
handle it,
so
but I will
we
take
have.
it. Oh, they're huge.
I have decided to bring in Frederick.
Right.
If Frederick comes in, he's going to spend a couple of actions to get up to this cultist, and then he's going to spend his last action
Fred Flintstone.
He's going to spend his last action striking down with his bastard sword.
Ooh.
And that is going to be 29. And he just barely misses.
No.
And this one. This one is trapped in that spell of yours, Bastille. What does he do?
He's incapacitated. Until he can use an action to try and get out. I don't think it actually requires a roll. He just gets out.
So he's incapacitated right now and can't spend an action.
Yeah, so there's the exact details. He's immobilized by the Iron Maiden for 1 round, or until he uses an interact action to extricate himself.
Okay, what does the interact action entail?
It just uses.
Yeah, he just basically he has to waste an action getting out.
Okay.
Unless for whatever reason he wants to just chill in there.
Chill in there.
He-
I will complain if he does.
He
He's
can attack you in there.
he wasted action to get out, and then he is going to
I mainly did it
the
for
second-
temporary
this-
HP.
the second action. I think he's going to do an intimidation check with you as he does this slicing of the throat action, slicing of the throat motion to threaten you. That's probably
Yeah.
the wrong. that totally fails.
I think I'll take
You're
a 7.
completely unfazed by that. Doesn't even
Can I
have.
return it?
Not right now because it's not your turn.
I know, but I'm not actually.
Actually, you know what? He critically failed, so go ahead, go for it. he critically failed.
Seth, I want you to know that's a wisdom check, not an intimidation check.
What?
Still, like, truly shoves his finger through his throat and actually does it.
No, please.
Yeah, I know. I rolled the wrong ability, the wrong attribute for intimidation. Whatever. It would still be a critical failure because he only has a +2 charisma.
Oh no. Holy
And
cow.
he doesn't even have intimidation. So
How about the steals?
this cultist is now frightened because of a critical success. Literally a critical success. His will DC would be 26. That is a critical success. He is frightened.
Look, there's a reason Bastil's real good at intimidation.
And now he's going to be flayed. He starts running off this way.
He's lucky I don't have stand still.
Do I get an opportunity?
If you have
yes,
enough
yes, you
creatures.
do. That if you have attack of opportunity, yes, you do.
Fantastic. I forget. In Pathfinder, can you cast spells for that or no?
No.
Well,
I'm
actually,
generally-
it's called reactive strike, but
Oh, yes. Yeah, did they rename it?
yeah, they did.
Eh.
It's reactive strike now.
Yeah, if you've got that class feature, you can make one as he runs by.
Okay. So then I can't cast a spell, so it would just be like an unarmed attack or similar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll just punch him. Or at least try to.
But you have a gun.
Yeah, but consider 35 to punch.
That is going to hit.
Get your punch damage. Oh man.
It's just gonna be 1d4 damage, but hey.
Also,
5 bludgeoning damage as I just bash him on the back of the head.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know that is not how a critical failure on an intimidation check works,
I
but
like it better.
Consider this. It ruled. So
Rule of cool.
that guy's turn is done. So now we have this one who's going to react to this big giant who just came up behind him. And he tries to stab him.
What is this guy, by the way?
This guy is an Ihana.
Oh, awesome.
And with that, he does hit. He does manage to hit the broadside of a barn.
I hope.
And so Frederick will take 27 points of damage. And then he's going to try to stab him again, and that is going to just hit. And another 24. And we're going to say that is the cultist's turn. Soma.
Alrighty. I am going to move. Alrighty. I'm going to move over, actually, from where I am first. I'm going to,
I mean, but you promised
yes.
Basil.
Yes, that's what I was saying. I was about to move and then cast it, and then I was like, no, I have to cast it and then move because of where I am. Yes, using the version hoping the 2-action version, upcast it to a nice level 3 spell. So that's 3d8.
Don't forget about your Mystia. You have a full pool of like 50 Mystia.
Yes, that's why I'm upcasting it to 3. Unless you want more than 3d8 healing plus 16.
Look, all I'm saying is Bastil's been blasting 5th level spells left and right.
7. Yeah, well, okay. All right, 5th level. That's fine.
Only
yeah,
7 points?
it doesn't cost me anything extra. It's just 2 more. Okay. No, good point. 5th level, which is 5d8 plus, good God, plus 40. So, like, yeah.
Look, I'm at 1/3 of my health. Don't worry, you won't overshoot it. I have a max HP of 158.
That's more than I have.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm supposed
like
to be
98.
the tank.
I have 98, so I was assuming that everybody was like near me, not 60 over me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made Frederick as 142, and he's a fighter.
I'm a frail little person in a fluffy skirt. So
the reason Bastille has regeneration techniques and temporary HP stuff is to tank.
Alrighty, here we go. Roll plus 40, which I'll just write in because I'm not gonna click that a bajillion times.
Holy crap!
There you go, 56 HP, and then I'm
You'll
going to
love to see it.
Scoop my fox and back up another.
Scoop up her Equine.
Scoop
back up
Equine.
to 115 out of 158.
Speed 5. Give me 1 moment. I'm sorry. I need to measure something.
Sure.
Because I'm bad at calculating this stuff. Okay. And then the 2 of us going back up.
I'm sure you're better at math than I am.
5. There we go. Okay.
Someone had to
me.
be.
Okay, that's me. Thank you for your patience, everybody, and also for reminding me of all of the I still have.
No problem.
We have frail fox lady in a skirt, terrified robot with a slightly less scary monster, and a psycho monk.
And the broadside of a barn.
You forgot Frederick, the broadside of a barn.
Oh, yeah. Ron does not know this man.
This party has everything.
Yeah, isn't it awesome?
Where are my memories?
This is why everyone should be watching. This party has everything.
Oh, this poor guy. Why is he quickened? I must have drank my quicken to him.
Everyone should be watching. This party has everything. So this cultist is not looking too good.
No. He's having a very, very bad day.
Let's hope he has a little bit of a better day.
No,
he's
let's not. Let's not.
he's going to try to stab you, Ron.
From being prone? Heck yeah. No,
yeah,
that
he's
fails.
going to fail. He's going to miss. Then he's going to get up. Then he's going to get up.
Touching his broken tailbone.
I think I accidentally dragged that quick into him, and I apologize.
Oops, yeah, he has quickened.
He shouldn't. It was from my haste spell that I tried to drag to Ron.
Wait, well, I mean, I'm not going to complain.
No! Get rid of it!
Well, you
where
see,
is
he
it?
had quickened, and then he glanced over to Bastille.
Where is it? I don't see it here.
It's in the effects tab.
Yeah, it should be, but I don't see it. Off guard,
Weird.
paralyzed, persistent, petrified, prone. Oh,
it's
there it
not
is.
There. Is it there?
I
Okay.
can't remove it because it's
Because it's from me? No! It's okay, just
there. Now I can
there.
remove it. I just went to the effects tab on the NPC sheet.
Yeah, that's where you have to do it.
Okay, now I'm going to say that's the end of his turn. As he bleeds out some more. And this cultist is going to come up here around the corner. You see this cultist running up around the corner. And that is the end of his turn. We got another cultist, guys.
What? The whole time?
And Bastille.
All right. So, deciding on a couple things, but I think I just want some of these fucking guys dead. Oh wait, I
Don't
cuss.
kill
I'm
mine.
sorry,
This
but they
one's
need to die.
mine.
Fine. I'll aim at the injured one to the Eidolon's left.
Yes!
As I'm going to do a linked action. Eidolon's going to hit it, while I'm going to use 3 actions for a 4th level magic missile for 9d4 plus 9 bolts.
Nice. I love magic missile.
Just so we'll roll the Eidolon first.
Yeah, roll the thing that has a chance to miss.
How's well? I know a 27 misses. Eidolon, do better. Above, at least a 10. All I ask. You're barely getting above 5, my guy. All right, here goes the thing that can't miss.
How do I... Oh, there we go.
This will just be faster. 27 points of damage.
Holy shit.
I love auto hits.
Right?
27 points of damage on which cultist?
On the one to the Eidolon's left. That's injured yellow.
Okay, that one.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's my turn. Oh, I do also gain 9 HP. So I'm at 124!
Ron.
Ron is going to use his quicken step to move in between both enemies. And then he's going to flurry of blows, with the first strike carrying over into his second strike from the flurry on the living cultist if his main target dies. That's it. Damage as he roundhouse kicks this cultist in the face.
And I sure wish my Eidolon would get some of your rolls.
Yeah, normally my rolls are awful. Please tell me he dies.
Let me see. That one, okay. Almost. He's almost there.
Second hit, let's go. Aw,
That is going to miss.
it's okay. I still have 2 more hits.
You better bet
whiffs
the day
past
the
his
Eidolon
head.
rolls it.
That whiffs
You're-
past his head.
No.
And that one whiffs past his head.
They'll rue the day my Eidolon rolls a crit.
One more.
He has fatal, so his dice goes up to D10 if he rolls a crit.
No, I can't kill him. That's my
Oh,
round.
that's a problem.
I should have just tripped him. Or like cast a phase bolt on him. That's my round.
Okay. Frederick. Frederick is going to smash down with his bastard sword. That is going to hit, and
Oh.
this cultist will take a shit ton of damage. And then he's going to smash down with his bastard sword again. Hit again. And he's going to take a shit ton of damage. Bam, bam. Can he hit again? No, that's going to miss. The cultist. The one that ran away. It is the one who ran away. And
So technically that white circle should be gone. That was my Mirror's misfortune and I did not sustain it, so it's gone.
don't know how to remove it.
Me neither. I was hoping you did. I'm sorry.
It's
That's just
okay.
a plant in their backyard now.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Okay.
He's going to run this way. He's still running away from Bastille. Actually, he's in full-on retreat mode.
I will always know where you are.
So that guy
You only
is
run because I allow it.
that guy is basically out of here.
Did he vault the fence?
Yeah, bolted the fence. He's out of here.
Please roll an acrobatics to see if he trips over the fence.
Oh,
my
sure,
God, yes,
absolutely,
please,
sure,
please.
sure.
Oh my god! I just want to know if he
Okay.
He
trips.
falls flat on his face. He falls
That's pretty
flat on his
dumb.
face.
The best part is he's still in Ron's attack range.
And this guy,
Still
this
best
one,
skills attack range too.
this one is going to try to stab the giant. Oh! And now he's fatigued. These cultists are not having a good day.
Well, one of them had a very good day earlier, but
And now it's going to try again. And just barely hit the giant. Just barely hit the broadside of a barn.
Double 26.
And you hear this cult, Rod, you hear this cultist mutter under his breath, "Damn frickin' giants." Soma.
Alrighty. First thing that I'm going to do is I am going to cast a. I'm gonna make this 4th level because he's badly injured, not near death. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast a 4th level. What's it called? Gaia's Endurance, Gaia's Blessing. But through. Sorry, I have to move. I'm not actually moving. I just need to move to get Zeal out from underneath me. Through Zeal. So Zeal is going to spend his 2 rounds running that spell over to Frederick. So it's just a touch spell, so it's just a single action. And then I'm going to ask a very important question. Does an Eidolon count as a living creature?
Yes, I believe.
Most of them do.
Rats. Does yours?
Actually, I don't believe so. Isn't it like a phantom or something? But still?
Oh, sorry, what was the question?
Whether your Eidolon counts as a living creature.
Isn't it like a phantom?
It is. Let me check.
I believe it's like a
So if you-
necrospirit or something. And necrospirits do not count as living creatures.
It is ethereal, but it is not undead or living.
Not undead or living. Excellent. In that case, I'm going to cast rats. Rats.
You don't
Doesn't
want to
even work
hit.
for what I wanted to do.
You don't want to hit them.
I mean, if it gives Ron more time to fight, I
Well,
think him.
if it doesn't matter, why can't I? I'm trying to delete it. I don't want it.
Okay, let me
The burst.
do it.
I can't move it or delete it. Okay. Rats. They're too far away from each other. I can't do anything useful with that. Well, I could move it. I could cast it and move it. How are you feeling, Ron? I'm just gonna heal
Half
you
health.
again. I'm just gonna cast Gaia's Blessing again on you. From a distance.
Yeah,
That's
so
one back.
phantoms are not considered undead.
Nope.
A phantom is a soul that is diverged from the river of souls on the ethereal plane before being judged. They typically retain memories of their life before death, but are not undead.
Mm-hmm.
This was I just needed to know whether or not it was a quote unquote living creature.
Ron is healed to full.
Nice.
Alrighty.
That is very good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's good that Soma has some healing.
That's me. That's my turn.
Okay.
Can't move or anything, so
You seem to be like the de facto healer now.
yes. I have one spell, and by gum, if I'm not gonna use it.
These guys can run as far as they want. They're not getting away next turn.
Yeah, he's at the point now where he's going to run.
Can I take an attack of a reactive strike?
Yeah.
Have flowing wave.
Trip him. Trip him.
Go. It would be really funny if I tripped him. But you can't do that as a
That's a
reactive
miss.
attack. Yeah, it's a-
Unfortunate.
That one is a miss. So he ran. He's he's ready out of here. He's gone.
Oh, he's not gone.
He's
yet.
not gone yet.
He's still in our threat range.
Magic missile is 120 feet.
This is not a.
Ron can move 240.
This entire field's within threat range.
This
This is
cultist
really
is going to move up here. Spend 2 actions to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even he's still within range.
No survivors.
And
I know. I kind of want. him to
actually,
live.
he's getting the message from the others. He's going to run.
He runs up. The other one says, "No, save yourself!" And then he just keeps
Yep.
running.
Yep. Runs. He's running, but still, it is your turn.
Oh, fantastic. First of all, I get 9 more hit points back. We're at
Yay.
133 now.
Nice.
Second of all, there are people, and they're not dead. Let's change that.
Oh,
Well, I
by the
mean,
way, Frederick
even if
got
they run
53
away,
back.
even if they retreat, it's still a it's still a success. It's still a win. You
But
still
if-
win the
But
encounter.
if they're dead, we can question their body, DM.
Yeah, we can speak with dead.
Consider.
Or you could just capture them.
I could grab them pretty easily.
Oh, Frederick got back 53 HP.
Yeah.
Yes, that was the first spell that I cast through Zeal.
Okay. But
Thank you.
I mean, I'm probably just gonna magic missile again.
Excuse me.
So we'll first of all do the primary strike from the Eidolon versus the guy neighboring him, see if he can down him, or if I'll need to send some bolts his way. Please.
Oh,
Please just roll.
almost.
above.
It was almost on the
6.
20.
Just once, Eidolon.
It was almost on the 20.
No, I'm spinning a hero point. He needs to hit once in this goddamn game. he needs to do some work.
Yeah.
Oh, reminder that when you cast magic missile with more than one action, you can designate
That's going to
which,
hit.
set of missiles go to which target.
I know. That's why I was seeing whether I should or not, based on this.
So with the 33, that does hit.
Thank God. 16 damage.
16 damage.
Is he still up?
Yay!
Got some lag going on here.
Fantastic.
He is
Uh,
dead.
Do you mind terribly if I down the one you've been working on?
No, I have another plan for the one that's even further.
Okay. Then magic missile once again, 4th level. 3 actions. So it'll be 9 bolts plus 9. 9d4 plus 9 for 32 damage.
32 on which one?
On this one. The sword here.
Okay. He's dead.
All right.
And that is Bastil's turn.
How much move this? Oh, that's exactly one move. So Ron is gonna run over with their quickened, and they're gonna grab this poor fool. Let me find grapple.
Not even letting them run away.
No, we're interrogating him.
We are anti-arson.
Grapple. Athletics. Target.
Bastil isn't thinking that far into it like them. He just wants to kill them because they tried to kill him.
I don't think that beats his DC.
31. 31 does beat his DC.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, he's mine.
Yeah, it does.
What have you got there? A person? No!
So he is grabbed.
Mm-hmm. I need to make him restrain.
Okay.
Ron out here playing Pow World. Catching people.
What can I do that would be really fun? I could beat him up, but also I just like grab him again. Yeah, I'm gonna try to grab him again to restrain him.
Okay. That fails.
Luckily, I have assurance. Oh, I don't think that wins actually. Okay, third time, and I forgot to take the penalties because right now he's let go. We have a -10 penalty.
$16.
Oh wait,
is...
sorry, that was assurance. That wasn't supposed to be assurance.
Oops.
Sorry. Probably gonna be lower, but yeah. Add no assurance. No, okay, he's free to go.
It was the same.
Okay.
That's Ron's turn. Oh, actually, we have an ally here.
Yep, Frederick. Frederick is going to move up here. And then spend another action to move there. And I believe he actually has reach, so he's going to try to grab him.
Yay!
That's what you get with the giant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That is going to fail.
Hey, we should use a story point for him.
Actually, I'm going to story point that.
Go giant, go giant, go.
Yeah.
Go
This
man
giant,
is
go
very
giant.
35. 35. That does succeed.
This poor man is grabbed.
And then... Oh...
That man is...
He gets loose and he is out of here.
No! The dice commanded it.
The dice commanded it. He is out of here.
Okay, look, there's still one more.
Yeah.
It's all the way over there.
Yep. Soma.
Lighter news, if you hear bumps, it's Nugget saying hello.
So I have an important question to ask. When this guy came around the corner, was he carrying a lit torch?
Yes.
Or did he have no torch?
Yes, he has one.
Okay. Other important question. Is there smoke rising from the other side of the building?
Make me a perception check. That is a very good question.
Is that an action?
Is
that going to be an action, or is it just like...
Yeah, it's going to be a free action.
Okay, thank you.
Ooh.
32. Yes. You see
no.
the little wisp of smoke, and you can smell a little bit of smoke.
Now I know everyone's like, we can't let the house burn down, but allow me to be devil's advocate. If the house burns down, we can't be held accountable for the wall we destroyed.
But
So
then
consider.
again,
Consider.
the bones are in the house, so you don't want the bones to be
Yes.
destroyed.
I didn't say we don't retrieve the phones. I just said
The
we don't
phones?
stop the fire.
The phones, you know, all of the cell phones we left in the house.
I mean,
I said
um,
bones.
I heard
To get all the
phones.
bones out before the house goes down.
Alrighty, I'm going to
All the cell phones we left in the house.
My speed is 25, 5, 10, 15. I'm gonna use. Can I use? How many actions will it take me to get back into the basement and scoop up the bones and run back out?
How many actions would that take?
Yeah.
I'm going to say that's going to
Is it
take
like
your
2
whole
turns?
turn. I think that's going to take your whole turn to do that. To run in there,
But I can
pick
do
them
it
up,
in a turn. But I can
and-
do it. I can
Mhm.
do it in a turn. Alrighty, then that is what I am going to do.
Someone's gonna get more
Um,
traumatized.
Yeah, someone's gonna go and get more traumatized. 50 feet inside, scoop the bones, run back out.
Yep.
Sanity check.
She has
Do
retrieved
I
all
need-
the
do I need a
bones.
stress check.
Yes.
Alrighty.
It'll
That's a
just
will
be
save,
you would
right?
Do it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You're all the way over there, though.
Yeah, they can get to where you are in one action. And still have 3 spare.
27.
That is a success.
Okay, phew.
You calm yourself. You you take a deep breath.
I'll say Zeal like jumps on my shoulder as I'm running past and like cuddles up against me instead of
Aww.
to help with that.
Yeah.
Alrighty. That's me. Got the bones. The house is burning down.
And this cultist is going to get the hell out of here.
He has to try to hop the fence.
Yep. He has to do that.
He will be ours.
He falls flat on his face. He is prone. So he is now
boy.
prone.
This fence is better at stopping cultists than actual people.
Hey,
But
I
still.
mean, I did, smash a fence a few times with a cultist.
But still, it is your move.
All right. Well, we have been told of a fire, or we have been told, or there is the person running away. Question is, does Bastille care about the fire?
I got the bones, so that's really all we needed.
Do have the bones. Is Soma bringing the fire to light in a way that's like, hey, we should deal with that, or just like be aware?
More be aware.
Okay. Then, join action. Eidolon's gotta move.
Okay.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. There we go. While I cast another magic missile. Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
True.
Mhm. Yep.
Me and Guy's blessing.
Of course, the last one that's on the ground. 29 damage.
He takes 29 damage. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Run.
When I get to him, may I make a grapple check? But
Ricky,
just
when I
pick
get
him
you,
up and walk him over to us. And keep holding him.
Sure.
Alright.
if you can grapple him.
40 feet.
That's 2 actions.
That's one.
Oh, 1 action for you.
I have 60-foot move speed, and I'm hasted.
Yeah. I always forget how ridiculous monks are.
Alright. Target. Athletics. Critical success.
That is a critical success.
He is being brought to us, just under my arm. And
He
I
is
think that will
restrained.
End our combat.
Yes, it will.
We've made a new friend.
End the combat. That is the end of the combat. And just as that combat ends, just as that comes to an end, Soma, you take a look up in the sky. You just quickly glance up in the sky, and you see this bird coming at you. and just as it gets to like over the fence, you see you see an arrow come out from the north and strikes the bird.
Oh.
And it strikes it right in a critical area, and that bird comes crashing down almost directly in front of you.
No.
It is Magvor.
Oops.
It is Crystal's Magvor.
Oh no.
Can I heal the bird, or is the bird dead?
You manage to drop the bones, and you get over to Magvor, and yeah, get you can try to heal it.
Yeah. Give me one moment. I am going to try Guy's Blessing again. One. Oh, that's how it works. I'm gonna do this. My Mistia went away. Going to a third level, and that is 5. 5. That is third level plus 24. 28.
28. You do everything that you can, but the injuries are too severe, and slowly it gives its last breath. And Magvor passes away in your arms.
Oh.
You look
There
down,
a-
you notice a note strapped to its leg.
I take it and read it.
And as you do that, we cutscene to Crystal as she is on the back of Gagazard with Miris holding on to her, and she suddenly feels like this ping in her heart, and she clasps onto her chest. I have a feeling something terrible just happened. Oh my gods. And back to you. As you unroll that note, you read Crystal's words. As I imagine, like, tears are coming from your eyes, rolling down your cheeks. You read Crystal's note, and it says, "The bones in the wall. There are bones in the wall. They belong to Zolgoth's first victim. I have the evidence." And that's it.
We have your bird.
I'm going to pull the arrow out and cast object reading on it. I just want to find out who shot it.
One of the
first rank.
Yeah, you believe that it was one of the cultists that ran away.
Rude. We didn't see any bows on them. Rude. Okay.
So trying to murder them all was justified.
Are we saying that in character with Ron holding one under his arm?
No.
Aw.
Trust me, you can hear. There's a clear distinction between my voice and Beth Still's.
Fair.
So trying to kill them or what?
No.
So, very, very sad moment. And yeah, very, very sad moment.
Are the cultists all wearing masks?
Yes, they're all wearing golden masks. These golden skull masks.
Can we pull the mask off of the one that Ron is holding?
Go ahead, Ron.
Alright, do I need to make an athletic check or just pull it off?
You can just pull it off.
I pull it off.
The body turns to ash.
Mother... Ron looks like disgusted at their clothes that are now covered.
Yeah, you still have the mask. Someone could actually do like detect magic or something on the mask.
It's a good thing I didn't crush it like I was thinking to.
I'll do detect
Well, we
magic.
have another one.
True.
Okay, so you do detect magic on the mask, and you believe that there's actually some kind of enchantment on the mask, so that if it is ever removed, if it's ever removed by someone who is not the person wearing it, the person just dissolves into ash.
We can
So-
use that.
It is some kind of enchantment.
Just get Ron
Enchantment.
to, like, forcibly move their hand to take off their mask.
Can...
Uh,
Oh, go on.
I was gonna ask, do I know if dispelling the magic even temporarily would cause the person to dissolve?
You don't exactly know what kind of enchantment that it is. You can't even really determine what the exact enchantment is, what the exact spell is. So you can't tell.
Could
We
I
can
do-
we
oh,
can
sorry.
still try with this one.
Yeah, there's
Could I do a society check to see if I
Well,
can recognize
that's
anything
the
about these
Eidolon.
masks? Or the cult that
Well, it might-
they're from?
Yes, you can actually. Go ahead and make a society check.
I'm invested in this one. Okay, 38?
38. You have heard stories of this cult that worships the ancient ones. That worships the great old ones. Like Cthulhu and Dagon. And you believe it is called the Scions of the Void.
I recognize these masks. They're from an ancient cult worshipping great old ones named the Scions of the Void.
It's not an ancient cult.
I'm bad at transliterating.
That was something Andrevan told us about, right? Didn't that come up in Andrevan's research?
Yeah.
I feel like we've heard of the
Yeah.
Scions of the Void recently.
Yeah, you have. It's also something that you've been told by Crystal and Kyrene.
Oh, that Zolgoth is part of it.
Yeah, actually, they believe Zolgoth is the leader.
Okay. This tracks. And oh, that's a different thing than the Order of the Cataclysm, though.
Yeah.
Okay. And I go to the because there's one dead cultist, right?
I think we have 2 dead cultists. And
Yeah,
one
there are
active
2.
Dead
cultist.
cultists.
There's 2 dead
Okay,
cultists.
I couldn't remember. Their bodies are not here, but we have 2 dead cultists. Are the dead cultists still here, or have they collapsed into ash as well?
The bodies are still here.
Okay, I would like to go to one of the masks and cast object reading on one of the masks.
Okay.
Yeah.
We should at least not interact with one of the masks so that we can use any speak with dead magic without the body becoming ash beforehand.
Yeah, that's why I was checking how many dead cultists we had.
What should we do, or did we want to do anything regarding the fire?
Yeah, what's going on with the fire?
Yeah, it's been like a few minutes at least.
You just as you remember that, you look up and it looks like the smoke has gotten bigger. It's like turning into like billowy smoke. It hasn't completely taken over the house yet. It hasn't completely consumed the house yet. So you think you could still put the fire out?
Just truly staring dead-faced as he asks the question, like has not reacted to anything.
Okay, so before I do object reading, then, as we notice that, I am just going to make a do ghost sound, so of just someone yelling fire.
Does Ron still have that fancy crystal cell phone that he was contacted with, and can
The
contact
Comstone?
other groups? Yeah, the
You do
Comstone.
have a Comstone. Everyone should
work
have a
for-
Comstone.
Can we use a Comstone
Yes.
to contact a fire station?
Yes.
Yeah, Ron's going to be doing that, stepping off to the side.
Okay, so Ron calls the Magi Guard to come put out this fire.
How much water can you get with 5 gold?
I'm not sure. I'm not
I
entirely sure.
imagine it's gotta be a lot, right? Like, water can't cost that much.
A lot, but it's only
And
in
now I'm just
outsized
imagining.
amounts.
So
I'm just imagining you like opening the jacket like a flasher and just like water bursting out of it.
Yeah, he's just reaching into this like Mary Poppins jacket, like pulling out buckets of water, and is like deposing the bucket afterwards.
So it turns out you
Can I do that because I do have a way to get it to the top of the building?
just as you're doing that, you hear the Magi Guard kind of rolling up in this wagon out front, and you can actually hear them start to pour some water in the fire and get it out.
Do they have like a hose?
Yeah.
Cool. He's gonna walk up.
Hand me that.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I was I was going to suggest we take the bodies and avoid the Magi Guard, but you know, sure.
They hand you the hose.
Cool. I'm gonna use my Umbra wings to fly up, and I'll hose the building from above it.
That would be more effective. Also terrifying, but more effective.
Asbest still just starts flying.
And as you're doing that, Soba, you look up and you see a big shadow approaching. And it looks like it's Crystal's Gagazzard. And Crystal lands the dragon just over here.
Man, this place has everything. A finished basement and a large backyard. With a helipad? Incredible.
And
I mean,
as she gets off the dragon, you could see Gazard kind of looking in the direction of where you left Magvor's body.
Oh no, I'm cradling Magvor still.
Oh, you see Gazard looking in your direction, and it's coming towards you, and it looks very somber. And Crystal sees that, and she's like, "Where's Magvor?"
I hold Magvor's body out very gently. And like the arrow is kind of tucked under my arm. I kind of pull it out and show it to her.
You see her gasp as she collapses to her knees.
I can... If you want, I can try to bring them back.
It's not going to work. Thank you for everything you did. Yeah, you would know that you would know that Magvor is a very cherished friend of Crystal.
okay.
And you see Crystal kind of just take a deep breath, and as Gazard comes up towards you, it comes up like right up to you, and it's sniffing Gazard, and she says, Magvor and Gazard were best of friends. And in that moment, Gazard rears up as it roars loudly at the sky as a blaze of blue fire erupts from its mouth. Now I think she wants revenge. Zolgoth chose the wrong dragon to piss off. But that's neither here nor there. You did everything you could. Thank you. Do you have the bones?
Yes. I go back and scoop them up and bring them back over.
Sanity save.
I believe this was Zolgoth's first victim. And I believe when you examine these bones, you will find that it is a female. A young female.
You know who it is?
Amiris does. And she introduces Amiris, this young girl, about 12 years of age, who gets down. She helps down from Gazard's back. This is Amiris. She is a remarkable artist, and that she uses her art to focus her what I believe are psionic abilities. Ron, I believe you are a scion.
I am, yes.
Perhaps you can speak with her.
Ran walks over and crouches beside her. I didn't actually think I'd have to be doing this. Yeah, I don't have a speech for this, huh? Ran gives a gentle speech about how her powers will be useful, but they will also be difficult to control. But that the people here, or that the people that she will be introduced to, will help her control them.
Okay. Thank you. As she looks over at Magvor's body, she can't help but run over to Crystal and give her a big hug.
Mhm.
There will be time to grieve. But that time is not now. Zolgoth must be stopped. The bond between Summoner and Mystimon is special, but just as in people, I believe there are some Mystimon out there that are like your soulmate. Your souls are intrinsically tied for all of time, I believe, and upon meeting, you forge a bond more powerful than any other. That's how it was for Magvor and I. She drove me nuts. She laughs tearfully. But I would not give that time up for anything. I would go to the ends of Tirana to bring her back, I would. And she cries briefly for the loss of her dearest friend as we flash back to scenes from the past 11 seasons. First, scenes of Pivar fluttering around her head. Scenes of Pivar on her shoulder, fighting on her behalf in countless battles alongside the tribunal. And then the joy in Crystal's face as Pivar finally evoed into Magvor. And as we fade back to now, Crystal wipes the tears away. And she says, Zolgoth will pay. Zolgoth will pay.
We will make it so.
So, what would you like to do now?
It took everything in my power not to reply in character. How much does he owe?
I was expecting that, honestly.
Yes, me too.
Thank goodness you're
Truly
still flying
every-
around putting out a fire.
Yeah. Let's just say this. Zolgoth has more, owes more than he could ever pay.
I haven't seen his bank account. I don't know that.
Oh, I don't think I don't think it has anything to do with anything financial.
Oh, he's got buried gold. Got it.
I said nothing financial.
And buried gold isn't on your finances until you need it. That's the point of it.
So now, what do you do?
Ron would definitely still be wanting that meeting, but they're smart enough to know that this is not a good time to ask.
I think I still want to cast object reading on that mask.
Okay. Cast object
Wanna see
reading
if
on that
there's, like,
mask.
any clues to the cultists' identities, and or contact with Zolgoth and where that was.
You do object reading, and all you see is this brief moment where Zolgoth is speaking to the cultist, and you see it like in first person, and it looks like he is speaking to the cultist, and he is saying, "So, well, we have Crystal's little pets distracted with the Watcher. Let us make our way to the auction."
Alrighty, I will share that. What do I know of auctions in? Are we still in Calroon?
Yes, you are. You
forgotten.
are still in Calroon. And
we're in a neighborhood of Calroon.
so as you mentioned auction, Crystal says there is an annual auction that's held in the marketplace every year. It's called the Dizarama.
Is that happening right now?
Yeah, actually. It should be, but it's an invitation-only event. You'll have to procure your own invites.
You know who can probably procure an invite? Is a council candidate and escorts.
It's okay. I've got this.
Let's not get the person who's like mastercraft in society to handle it. Let's get the robot who's gonna scare people into giving tickets to handle it.
No, actually, I have the background. I have the skill feature Party Crasher.
No.
Anytime you encounter a social event you would ordinarily be denied access to, such as coronation, royal gala, or other society functions, you can spend 1d4 hours to secure entry without the need for a skill check. You find
my
invitations,
God.
invitees, looking for fashionable dates, temporary jobs with caterers, event staff, or otherwise.
Okay. Okay.
Robots are still gonna take it for everyone else.
Let's go.
Okay,
I've
so
got the exact skill feature needed.
okay, so go ahead, but still tell us, how are you procuring these invites?
I truly think it's a case where, like, there's just some, like, noble that's got, like, a plus whatever guest pass and, like, just finds Bastille, like, what the hell is this thing? I want it around. Just, like, I don't know what this is, but man, they do funny stuff. Like, look, I talk about a shrimp fried rice, and he says a shrimp could never fry that rice. What are you talking about? Look at this guy.
Oh, wow. I mean, you do have a council candidate that you could speak to, too, so...
yeah. Ron and I can go as
I also hit it off well with the king.
Irene states.
What is
Rod,
about the king?
Rod and Soma can go as Kyrene's dates.
The king loved
Rod would be
Bastille when
frothing
he
at the
loved.
mouth over that.
Yeah, the king loved Bastille when he met Bastille.
Oh
Crystal, it says, you know, this may be a bad time to mention, but Kyrene is straight and she is married. Though her husband
right.
is not around. Hasn't been for a long time. I've never met him.
Ron just blinks and says, "I'm not interested in her. I'm interested in about her knowledge." Just like in a very like standoffish, almost insulted tone.
Soma just
What does
looks
the direction
kind
she
of
is
baffled.
looking have to do with anything?
What did Soma say?
Soma just looks baffled.
Crystal says, I'm sorry, did I say something wrong?
No, it is fine. Will we need me to procure us invites?
I've got it covered.
Oh,
my,
Ron
it
has
looks-
yet to see this happen.
Kind of looks like.
Look, I truly just take skill feats just based off of how funny it would be for Bastille to have them.
This is
Oh
I-
yeah,
and I'm so
I had-
happy to be
I had no
watching that
idea.
going on in the background.
I had no idea Soma was married. That wasn't.
Soma
I didn't-
is married. It's never come up.
You never even told me that.
I didn't say it, but Ron is like very, very well trained for high society meeting.
Oh yeah. Hey. Bastille's got a plus 14 to society. He's not bad.
So, wait, where is Soma's spouse?
Soma's spouse lives on the village where she was born on Kaili. They have 2 kits who are at this point, I think, probably around 10. She married very young, and then she ran away and joined the circus.
Well, just remember.
So
Now
she's
give
never.
him back to
She's
the
not.
DM.
She's not seen her spouse in a long time, huh?
It wasn't like an unhappy marriage. It was more of like a young marriage of convenience, and then they grew apart, and then she left and joined the circus. And she sends postcards, but she is an absentee mother.
Okay.
Sure would be a shame if something happened to them.
It sure would. I'll get you names. I'll get you names later.
Alrighty. So, are you going to go speak with Kyrene?
Yes.
I know I've told the DM of this one, but another very funny skill feature Bastille has that I can't wait for the day it comes up is Skeptic's Defense, where if someone casts a spell on him, he can ignore it by making an intimidation check and just saying no.
I love Skeptic's Defense.
It's so funny.
There's an orc ability that's similar where you just don't believe in the magic.
Just someone's like, "You're dead."
No, I'm not.
Well, shit.
All right, so let's change scenes here. Let's see here. I think this one would be appropriate. So
Hey.
you head out to look for Kyrene,
Ooh, pretty.
and Crystal tells you that the best place that you might find her is in the Palace District.
Mhm.
So you head over in that direction. You head over to the Palace District. It takes you about, I'd say about 30 minutes to get there. Perhaps a little longer. But you do make it to the Palace District. And as you get there, make me society checks as you ask around about Kyrene.
Hey.
Both of us or just Ron?
Any of you?
Oh, that was only a 12. I say as I roll a 33.
Let's see here. Society.
Society.
We live in one.
Ooh.
21 from Bastille, 31 from Soma. So Soma and Ron, you make a little headway, while Bastille is not really making much progress.
He's occupied.
Yeah, I mean, Bastille's a little aloof, so you've come to expect this. But Soma and Ron, you make some progress, and you actually find out that Kyrene was here, but she is not here anymore. And you actually hear that she got a call, an urgent call, and she immediately dropped everything. She was supposed to have like a rally event here, but she dropped everything. She canceled the event and left immediately.
Oh.
And they believe she headed towards the housing district. They believe she was talking about the Wayfinder Society.
Just to make it clear, so Bastille's party crashing will no longer be happening.
What do you mean?
The event got canceled, right?
No,
not this event.
Oh.
The event that she was doing, her
Okay.
campaign event.
Yeah.
Okay. At hearing that something about the society has cropped up that is like she's rushing over, Ron's gonna sprint to wherever they said that she would be at.
So you all head towards the Wayfinder Tower. And you find Crystal there, who is in a frenzy. She's like throwing papers around, like screaming at people. We need to find him. And as you get there, you find Kyrene coming through the door.
Mhm.
And she says, Crystal, I heard what happened. Are you okay? But Crystal shrugs her off and says, I'm fine. If you want to help, give me some way to find the son of a bitch. You know this man better than anyone. Tell me, how do I find him?
He did say he was trying to go to the auction, so if you could get us into there, you've probably feel like seems like it would be something you've received an invitation to as a council candidate.
Kyrene puts her hand up and she says, Crystal, I think we all need to take a step back here. First of all, you are not even sure he's the killer. Crystal explodes. Take a step back? That's rich coming from you. And looking about ready to blow. And Kyrene says, it's just that. It's just that, Crystal, I know how you feel. I don't think you're in any shape to... Kyrene started off. Kyron starts, but Crystal cuts her off. To what? To lead? You left for several months. You sent Kwoi and I off, and then you up and disappeared on all of us. I was left to deal with your mess with the remaining pieces of the tribunal. Kyrian, however, remains calm. Does any of you say anything?
Ron is just.
I mean, I
calmly watching.
tried.
What did you say?
My thing was trying to distract Kyrene and be like, we actually distract both Kyrene and Crystal. But no, I mean, honestly, distract both of them and funnel this argument, this very clearly about to bud argument into, hey, no, we actually know where we think he's going to be. Let's go there.
Kyrene says, yes, I admit that, and you have done splendidly and built something amazing here. But I have been where you are, and I know where this leads. Let me remind you what I always say, because I have lived it. Revenge will do nothing but tear your heart asunder. I've been there. And it led to me making serious mistakes, some of which I'm still trying to make right today. I'll be lucky if I have half the relationship I want to have with my son. You have adopted Kwoi and Ira as your own. You have two amazing girls there, and you have done an amazing job with them. Luna is so impressed with you, Crystal, for having taken her daughter in when she needed you the most. And you need to think of them. I forgot to think of my son once, and I almost lost him for it. Crystal looks at her for a moment and says, you're right, I am a mother. But that is precisely why I need to do this. He's my uncle, Kyrene. He's my problem. My family created that monster, and he is threatening my daughters. So everyone is off on the sidelines drinking some tea and
watching tea.
While watching this go on.
Look, I don't know if he would, but if he did, that's what would happen due to like all the wounds that don't heal on him.
Yeah.
Ron could probably like psychically patch those up for a little bit. It's like hold the liquid in.
He is threatening Kwoi and Ira both. He's my responsibility. Now, are you going to help me or not? Are any of you going to help me?
I will assist.
We have an idea of where he is. We just need some access. We just need access.
I have that covered.
Kyrene, Lady Kyrene, I think you could get it for the other two of us. Still has already made a friend.
I mean, I have access for all of us.
And Kyrene says, Crystal, I am not going to help you run directly into his trap. You say he's your responsibility, but you are not responsible, nor is your family responsible for the choices he made. If anyone here created a monster, I did in Evilon. It was my powers that led him to becoming a lich. And that is why I have used my powers sparingly since. But I also know that Evilon, or rather Vier, made his own choices. He chose darkness. And he paid for it. Zolgoth is not your responsibility any more than Vier was mine. He made his own choices. He will lead you directly into a trap, Crystal. Step back and examine everything. He wants you to overreact. That is precisely why he did this. Because he wants something from you. You ask for my advice, well, this is it. He is setting a trap, and you are walking directly into it if you continue down this path. He wants to prove something, that you are just as mad as he is, but you are not. You are brilliant, courageous, and wise beyond your years. I have taught you well. Look at all of it that you have built on your own in a matter of months. Don't throw it all away. And she puts her hands on Crystal's shoulders and looks her in the eye. I am so sorry about Magvor. I know how special she was to you. I remember the day you brought her in, when she had a broken wing, and you cared for her and you nursed her. You nursed her back to health. You gave her a wonderful life, and the bond you shared with her will always remain. Don't let her sacrifice be in vain. Just take a step back. Take a deep breath and re-examine everything. Let the hidden archives take it all from here. Take some time and grieve for your dear friend. Losing a familiar, it is like losing a piece of your soul, I know. Now's not the time for rash action. And she says this. You see tears begin to well up in Crystal's eyes, and Kyrene embraces her in a hug. Does any of you do anything?
Well, all of the papers that were being tossed around, Ron would have had been like organizing them into need stacks.
Okay. Soma?
Besides that, Ron will also step up like closer to be in the moment with them.
Okay. And Soma? Bastille?
Truly just standing over them menacingly.
I'll pat Crystal on the shoulder.
Kyrene says, allow me to take it from here. Go, take some time. I will keep things running in your stead until you're ready to return with fresh eyes. And finally, Crystal nods and heads upstairs. And when she is out of the room, Kyrene turns to everyone. I think someone should keep an eye on her. Keep her from doing anything she'll regret on the morrow. Crystal's learned much and has learned to be calm and cool and collected when needed, mostly from a dear friend of hers from school. But she also has a rash and fiery personality and will rush headlong into things, often to her own detriment. So I am concerned. I came here as soon as I heard, because I was concerned she might do something stupid. This case is now yours. I will run things here while Crystal takes some time for herself. Or at least I hope she does. And as you have a moment with her, do you want to ask her any questions?
There are 1,000,001 questions Ron wants to ask,
I am sure.
but it doesn't seem like the time. So
Can you get us tickets to the Dizarama?
The Dizarama.
Again, to be clear, the feature does include my allies.
Oh, okay. The whole
Yeah,
reason
that's
we're
what
back here is
that's why
because
I
I
said
thought you
that
were saying it was just you.
No, that's why I said it multiple times, that the other mode of access for yourself and your allies is in the paragraph.
but it would be really, really funny if everyone just ignored Bastille.
So
That's why it's been like, I've got. I don't know why you keep asking. I've got the accent. Like,
so
You're
you
just like holding the tickets in front of us
Yeah,
while we're
just
ignoring
like-
them.
so you as you bring up the Dizarama, Kyrene says the auction. You say he's going to be there at the auction.
Yes.
You know what? That actually makes sense. It didn't.
What is this auction?
It's a very. It's an annual event that is held by. It's an annual event that is held by the nobles every year. Didn't someone mention that Zolgoth was after something called the Black Ages?
Yes.
And I believe I heard somewhere that the Black Ages has Yaglani ties. And you know what? I have heard that there is one of the big ticket items being auctioned off this year are Yaglani paintings that, according to legend, are believed to be some kind of hidden map to a great Yaglani treasure. That could be why he's attracted to this auction.
Mhm.
Do you ask her anything
Wasn't-
about, like, say, her take on Zolgoth or anything like that?
Yeah, Rana was interested in that.
She says, well, let us be very clear here. The man you know as Zolgoth and the man that Crystal knows as her uncle, I once knew as a teenager as Florius. And don't ask me how old he is. I really don't know. But he has had different guises over the years, which I suppose were all just different manifestations of his persona. If I were to take a guess, that is. But I'm not a psychologist. I'll leave that to the professionals at Darkonda.
Would you be strong enough to defeat him?
I am not sure anymore. Back when in the days that I knew him as Florius, he knew how to get at my buttons. He knew exactly how to punch my buttons and how to creep me out, so to say. He knew my fears, and he used that against me frequently. And if he ever knows that, if he ever knows anything about any of your fears or anything like that, he will use it against you.
I do not even know my fears.
And then he was also known as the Xenomancer, which that's just what the tribunal once called him. I always thought it was cute, but also a little disturbing, them giving a nickname to this very dangerous man. Then again, the tribunal did a lot of things that I always questioned. But they saved the world from Morpheus, so I can't hold much against them now, can we? Apologies for my ramblings. Long day. Campaigning, now filling in for Crystal while she gets her head on right. You asked for my thoughts on Zolgoth. Well, here they are. Zolgoth is a madman. His motions are chaotic, but his motives are both a mystery and clear. Confused? Well, that's probably the point. What you really have to understand about Zolgoth is that while his movements may seem chaotic, he indeed thrives on chaos. There is in fact a rhyme or reason to them. You just have to suss out exactly what they are. And one last thing. The Tribunal's last confrontation with Zolgoth was in the Quartica Islands, which itself always confused me. Was he following Kauai? Was he following Crystal? Now, who we now know is his niece? Or was he perhaps following me? I thought that he had been after Crystal and Kauai because they are guardians, but perhaps that was the red herring. See, I took a look through the notes of one of the Tribunal, a spunky and quite intelligent little Cowan by the name of Niven. You've probably heard of him.
Mhm.
Well, I knew him before his ascension, and what I can tell you is I found something that raised my eyebrow. The tribunal had found on a small island somewhere in the chain, not clear on where, a circle of 7 pillars. Sound familiar?
It does, yes.
Soma would know, and Bastille would know.
Yes.
I figured that Ron would know as well, but maybe not.
No, you don't. You weren't there.
They were. Okay.
Hilltop Valley. And Zolgoth was in both places. I think the Shadow Gates have something to do with his plans.
Does that mean we'll finally be given access to go into one?
Perhaps at some point. I am quite busy here. Why would you even want to enter one of those God's forsaken things?
You two said that it could help fix memories.
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. For all I know, it could possibly lose memories. I don't know.
There are hardly any currently to lose.
I don't think we can say the same for your friends.
I am fine going alone if it is required.
So, is it time for you to head out to the Dieselrama?
I believe it might be.
Before
Yeah.
we do, just for reference, we get a chance to actually rest following the fight.
It is about 12:30. It can take a few moments. It's about 12:30 in the afternoon, but you can take a few moments to heal up.
Yeah, I
So I
wasn't
could
sure
be-
if also the travel back would have been long enough.
Yeah, have we ever had at least 30 minutes of downtime for us to refill our focus pools?
Yeah, actually, it took you about 30 minutes to get here, so
Perfect.
let me lose some time there. So it's actually 1:30 in the afternoon, almost 1:30 in the afternoon.
What time is the auction?
As far as she is aware, it's supposed to start at about 6 tonight.
Okay.
But they did say while we're distracted, they want to get over to the auction. So I am inclined to see if we can try and sneak in. Because actually this is great because we have legit passes in, but maybe Bastille's Party Crasher can get us in with the caterers or setup or something so we can scout there ahead of time.
Yeah, I would love for Bastille to roleplay that for me.
Hmm.
I mean, it does say it can do catering or otherwise instead.
Yeah. And Ron
It's basically giving you carte blanche to come up with a story of how you managed to do it.
There's the exact wording for Party Crashers.
Yeah. What I'm getting here is that it kind of gives you carte blanche to come up with a story of how you managed to do it, and I want you to role play that for me.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just clarifying, where do people want access to? Instead of you want event staff then? Rather
I
than
have
just
an
a
idea.
general entry?
Why don't we split up the party into multiple different groups of entry so that we can all find different sources of knowledge. With Thrawn's like nobility, he could like chat up all the nobles who may have higher level information, while Bastille and Soma with the servants could find things that are often spoken about in hush hush tones.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good with that.
Sure.
I'm reasonably sneaky.
So, I mean, I do think it just starts with Bastille just going to the auction building.
Mhm.
Like, just proper and, like, looking for a person that seemingly works there.
I would like to work at the auction.
Well, however you want to handle that, let me know if you need me. I will be around here, I guess, filling in for Crystal.
Huh?
That
That was the
was Kyrene.
side. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was
And-
not directed at Kyrene.
And Kyrene then notices Miris off to the side, who looks. She's kind of sitting down, and it looks like she's like staring at the floor, and she looks really down.
Mhm.
And Kyrene notices and walks over to her. I'm sorry, we haven't been introduced. And she kneels down. My name is Kyrene. And Miris looks up at her and she says, I think Crystal said I should speak with you. And Kyrene says, Why would that be? And Miris tells her about her abilities, about how she sees things in her dreams and she paints them. And Kyrene nods and says, It sounds like you have similar abilities to mine. And she looks up at all of you and says, I think I should stay here with Amiris and all of this. I'm sure you can handle things at the Dizorama on your own.
I believe we can. Oh, my accent's going fucking everywhere. Oh, I swear again, sorry.
It's all good. And so you head out to the Dizorama, which you know is in the marketplace, but you aren't exactly sure where.
I feel like with my society roles, I might be able to find out where.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you're hitting a bit of a dead end. And it actually took you
No.
about an hour to do that. Nobody's exactly sure where it is. Does anyone else want to try?
Is it on our tickets by any chance?
I was gonna say, I would assume I can find such with Party Crasher, but I can make a society check if needed.
You can go ahead and make a society check.
Not better.
But still hitting the same brick wall as always. And that
yeah,
takes
I mean,
No.
like, thank God for Party Crasher.
that takes him an hour to do that.
And for the last of the 1d4 hours, do you want me to try?
Yes.
I don't even think this is part of the 1d4
It's
hours.
27.
one higher.
Yeah, it's not even part of the 1d4 hours. 27.
Well, for that, that's only going to take me an hour.
Not bad.
So it took Soma to an hour to ask around herself, and Soma, you are kind of not really making much headway yourself. You know that you hear that it's somewhere in the like the central part of the market district, but you're not entirely 100% sure where.
Okay.
That still just goes to that area and truly just starts asking every person that he'd like to work at the auction. Eventually, someone will work there.
Oh.
Okay. More society checks.
Yep, Ron, with very much looking like all of a snooty noble as he is, will ask around for where it is. Not the. That was a hopeful one. I'm gonna hero point that.
Story point.
Story point.
And Soma casts Nudge Fate.
Yeah. With a 36.
And also gonna story point that.
30,
35?
35. So Ron. Yeah, while Soma is just getting more and more brick walls.
I'm getting distracted by like all of the like market carts and things.
Yeah.
Okay, we
And
got our
it probably a little distracted by your own grief for what happened earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, you had a Mystimon die in your arms, so
Yeah, that would be traumatizing.
Or, you know, just feeling like you need a ring to invest in.
So with the 35, Ron, you do make some headway, and you learn that it is in a. You learn that there is an alleyway in the central part of the market district,
Mm-hmm.
and that alleyway will lead you to a big, like, tiered building, somewhere in the market district, and. Someone actually leads you to the rooftop of a building that is nearby to the this tiered building where the Dizrama is being held.
All right.
And from there, you can
might-
actually get a vantage point and scope it out.
Hey, am I able to bring my 2 retainers up here?
Yes.
Good. It'd be funny if just Ron went off on his own.
So you bring Soma and Bastille up here,
Mhm.
and you are able to scope out this auction that you can see guards at the entrances to this tiered building. And you see banners all over the place. And you see balloons actually at the two attached to 2 pillars that lead directly into the building.
Mhm.
And as you're up here, make me a perception check.
Ooh.
Shall we all make them, or just him?
Yeah, all of you.
That was almost 3.
Okay, we have a 34, 23, and a 25. Ron, your eyes are drawn towards the left side of the entrance to the building as you see this very large bodied saber tooth being dragged out of the building by the Magi Guard. And just as that is happening, you suddenly see Crystal running up and trying to stop them.
Oh.
And the Magi Guard try to arrest her too.
Oh no. How high up are we?
I was
You-
going to ask the same thing.
You are on top of a rooftop that is about 20 feet off the ground.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Oh, I can easily get down.
I
there.
jump.
As do I.
We both had very different plans on landing.
Very different, I am sure.
Mm-hmm. Only 20 feet? Ron can stick that. Do you need me to make a
Pastilles,
check?
only 20 feet? I can regenerate that.
Do you need me to make
I'm
an
gonna take the
acrobatics for the
stairs.
landing?
Yeah.
Alright.
I'll try it, but
Well, that should be one higher, I think, due to a magic item I have.
So now now our investigators have to save Crystal from herself.
Mm-hmm.
oh, hey, not bad.
Not bad, not bad. I think we both stick it.
So, yeah, Ron and Bastille, you both stick that landing. And Soma, what are you going to do?
I said I'm taking the stairs.
She is taking the stairs. So it's going to take her a little bit longer.
I do think it's very much like you see Ron, who does like a full 3-point superhero landing, and then Bastille just like a brick just falls straight to his feet, legs fully out, just remains standing. Like there are imprints in the ground now,
Like
and
from
just
a
starts
play.
walking.
So, you, I assume, are heading directly towards this altercation,
Yes.
trying to save Crystal from herself.
Mm-hmm.
And as you do that, you hear her say, "Bob is a friend of mine. Let him go. Don't you know who I am?" And the Magi Guard officers look her directly in the eyes and say, "Yes, and we would love to take you down. Please give us a reason."
Is there a problem?
And they turn to you and say, "Oh, do we have more of your compatriots?
Can I just
Please
try and
give
do a straight intimidation check?
Please,
as I
please
approach?
give us a reason to take down the entire society."
Can I just try to do a straight
Yes,
intimidation
go
check
for
as I
it.
approach?
Go for it. A
How's a
33.
33 do?
You kind of see a tinge of fear in him. And he then says, "Another one of those effing robots." And he turns to Crystal and says, "Do you just build them out of thin air or something?"
I do not believe she built me.
Oh, I love Bastille.
Indeed. And Soma, you make it down just in time to see the Magi Guard a little bit of intimidated by him, but still threatening to arrest him too.
Mm.
And threatening to arrest Ron as well.
Mhm.
What do you do, Selma?
Before I approach, I am going to cast Deceiver's Cloak. Just to not look like myself.
Okay.
I can't, like, illusory disguise I can't look like a specific person or something. I'm just like another humanoid who's coming up, and I'm just gonna try and like diffuse the situation and just be like, what excuse me, officer, what's happening here?
What's happening here is we're taking down the Wayfinder Society. It's our lucky day.
But aren't uh in the middle of the street while we're preparing for the auction? It's a very
Yes.
important day.
Yes.
You understand that
Indeed. And we
can't
must protect
have
the
any
Dizarama.
kind of
We must protect the Dizarama
altered-
from these criminals.
Well, if that's the case, could you at least do this elsewhere? Trying to like do all kinds of like authority and basically not be
Give me a deception check.
like I'm pretending that I'm pretending that I'm not with them and mostly just being like,
Yeah.
you're scaring away the customers.
Yeah, that is a deception check.
Is what I'm trying to do here.
Yeah, make me a deception check.
You would also only be hindering the Dizarama, as I will be working there.
Make me a deception check, but still.
He was told they needed to get tickets for them working there. He's fully convinced he will be working there.
It doesn't matter.
Okay,
Ron speak-
I'm
oh,
saying,
right.
like, he's not
Yeah.
lying.
Ron speaks up and says, I am a high-ranking nobility sent from the Nisa to peruse this event. Touch me, and you shall feel their wrath. And I will.
That's a diplomacy check.
It is actually a society check due to courtly graces impersonating.
Oh, indeed. Make a society check.
Please don't fail this. Please don't fail this. Please don't fail this. I think we have one more story point.
Yeah. Go for it.
All right, last story point of the session. Be useful.
34. And that officer looks at the other and says, diplomatic immunity. Freaking thorn in our ass.
He is a noble, but he isn't as high-ranking as he's pretending to be.
A diplomatic immunity is always a thorn in our ass. And he says, are you then vouching for these criminals then?
Yes, they will be under my care as retainer.
You hear them audibly groan with disgust. We will take down that society one day.
Where do you plan to take it?
Straight to the dungeons.
The building is rather large. That will
I'm gonna
difficult.
tug. I'm gonna like shake Bestial's arm.
Just while the arm shaking.
The building is rather large. That will be difficult.
And with like the sleaziest smile possible, Ron says, please forgive them. They are not trained in the ways of high society.
And as the officers leave, and even leave Bob behind,
Mhm.
Crystal says, "Thank you. Not sure how you managed to pull that off, but thank you." And
Man, nobility.
she introduces the Sabretooth as an old friend of hers and actually a former Hidden Archives investigator, Bob.
Ooh.
And Bob says, "I had that well in hand. I didn't need your help, but thank you." Crystal,
And Ron will just nod at him.
Crystal says, "Didn't look like it from my vantage point."
I will also have to say, and Deceiver's Cloak is gone by now, it didn't look like you had this in hand either. Crystal, what are you even doing here?
"I heard Zolgoth will be here, and I'm going to take him down."
You heard because I told you, and instead of helping us before, you threw a tantrum at Kyrene. You are in no shape to be here right now.
"He killed my friend."
Yes. And that is all the more reason why you are right now a liability. Magi Guard would be thrilled to find that we were in here looking for another patron of this auction. They would be thrilled to come in and arrest you and upset this whole operation. You could have helped before. You are not helping now.
"Make me a diplomacy check."
This is the
Ooh.
first time that Crystal has ever seen Soma angry.
Oh. No, use a story point.
Story point.
Yes.
No.
You know
Fantastic.
what?
I'm going to-
I'm just angry.
I'm going to give you a plus 10 on that because it's the same result.
Oh, I love that rule.
So 29.
Mhm.
And she shakes her head. "Tell me as soon as you hear anything."
Why we have these? So we can call in the cavalry. Shaking my comm stone at her, obviously.
And she heads off without a word.
Mhm.
And Bob says, "Now, I'm going to go back to cooking my food." And he
Why are
heads
you
off.
being arrested in the first place?
Oh, because they seem to think a saber tooth is some killer or something. I don't know. I'm not really paying much attention. You're Hidden Archives, right?
We are.
Yes.
Frankly, I was trying to stay far away from you guys. Why do you guys always have to ruin my day?
Who are you?
Good luck.
Thank you. And Bob walks off. So, but still, how are you role playing this party crasher?
Well, as mentioned before, he was truly just going to walk up to the auction house and ask to work there.
Okay. He walks up to the building and asks someone who looks like he's in charge to work there. And Soma and Ron, you have tickets to this event?
Yes.
Procured
from
by Kyrene,
Mhm.
who gave you a a stern warning, be careful of Zolgoth.
Mhm.
And so that is actually where we're going to end things for tonight.
Oh, thank God, I'm so tired.
Heading into part 7. God's dang. Heading into part 7. Sorry, I went over about 10 minutes.
Noticed. It's entirely fine. I gotta play Ron's backstory. I liked it.
Yeah.
How dare you go over by 10 whole minutes?
I'm sorry.
My other D&D group is still going. I'm debating joining them or going to bed.
Yeah. Of all the people I don't want to upset, I don't want to upset all.
How dare.
So, we will see our audience. We'll see you all next time, and aloha and farewell. See you in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And let's go to there.